Hello there, soccer fans. Welcome to my channel. Today, I'll be talking about a painful personal experience about how I ruptured my Achilles tendon and how that's going to change my life forever as a soccer player. If you're here, I'm guessing you probably ruptured your Achilles tendon. If not, great, keep it that way. But if you did rupture your Achilles tendon and you're here looking for some answers, then you've come to the right place. This is going to be the first video of my experience of how I ruptured my Achilles tendon. This is also before the surgery, so I'm going to talk about some of the symptoms that you might have felt or some of the confirmations that can confirm whether you've ruptured your Achilles tendon or not. So stay tuned and let's dive right into it. So first, let's go ahead and talk about what happened. So I was playing soccer. I warmed up pretty well. I've actually kind of took a break from soccer for about 2 months. I haven't really been playing, but I was lifting, so it's not like I was just sitting down doing nothing. But after about 2 months, I came back on the soccer field. Came early, warmed up, stretched, and then warmed up with the team again. About 20-30 minutes into the practice, I received the ball, took a touch with my right foot, and then I was about to step with my left foot to go forward to the ball. And then I just heard a loud pop. I fell down. It felt like somebody kicked me on the heel. I looked back. Nobody was behind me. And I was kind of confused because I'm the defender. Usually I'm the last player back. So I was a little bit confused on why someone would kick me. So I looked back. Nobody was behind me. And I was on the ground feeling some severe pain. I automatically grabbed my Achilles tendon. And that's when I knew that I had ruptured my Achilles tendon. Shortly after that, I ended up going to the ER. Where they put me in a small cast. It wasn't a boot, which they should have put me in a boot, but if not, but they probably didn't have any. But the next day I did go see an orthopedic surgeon where he confirmed that I did rupture my Achilles tendon completely. How they confirmed this without an MRI, it's going to be a little calf muscle test where they'll squeeze your calf muscle. And if they squeeze your calf muscle, your foot is supposed to move. So he tried that with both of my calf muscles. On the right leg, my foot was moving perfectly fine. On the left one, there was no movement at all, which was a confirmation that I had ruptured my Achilles tendon, along with all the other symptoms that I had described. So once I got the confirmation that I did have a complete rupture, then it was time to kind of pick whether I want to go the surgical route or non-surgical route. The route that you take is going to depend on a few factors such as your age, your health condition, and your goals in life. For me, since I'm training with the airlines to become a pilot, I cannot go back to training until I can walk on my own without the boot on. So therefore, for me, the fastest route to getting back to walking again was to take the surgical route. Also, considering I'm healthy and I'm young, was also another factor that would, which the doctor would recommend that you take the surgical route if you're in that condition. Now, if you're a much older gentleman or a lady and you don't have any goals of getting back to doing sports, or if you're just much older, maybe you got some health issues, then the doctor might recommend a non-surgical route. This whole series is going to be about the surgical route because that's my experience, but from my research, the non-surgical route takes a little bit longer. You're going to end up being in a boot for a very long time. And maybe the re-rupture rate is slightly a little bit higher by about 2%, but it's not as much. However, the road to recovery is a little bit longer if you take the non-surgical route. So with that being said, I did decide to go the surgical route. And I do have surgery scheduled for Thursday. So the injury happened on a Monday. Tuesday is when I went to see the doctor and we scheduled the surgery for Thursday. In case you haven't noticed, this injury will affect your life dramatically in the near future. You're going to be in crutches for the next probably 2 months or a month and a half, give or take. Either crutches or you're going to be on a little scooter. So it's going to be really difficult for you to move around. You can't carry stuff having 2 crutches. So you're going to feel handicapped. And if you're an able-bodied person like me who's active, this is going to be a really tough time for you because now you're going to have to sit down for about almost 2 months and not do much, because you can't, even if you wanted to. Showering is going to be very difficult. Putting food on the table for yourself is going to be very difficult. You're also going to be feeling a lot of pain. I've had many injuries, and by far this is the worst sports injury that I've gotten. I've had 3 knee surgeries, and I've also got 2 surgeries on my arm for fractured bones. So by far, this is the worst as far as pain goes. So if you got some painkillers, I recommend you stay on top of those. Don't wait until you feel the pain to take the painkillers. So take them as recommended to manage the pain. Don't chase the pain. So just try to take the pills ahead of time so that way you don't feel as much pain. When you do stand up to shower or to walk around, or just you standing up and having your leg hanging down, you're going to feel all the blood rushing down on your leg, and that's very painful. And you're going to learn very quickly that elevation and ice are going to be your best friend when it comes to managing pain and swelling. With this much downtime, you might find yourself, feeling a little bit down, not being able to do the things you used to do. So throughout this journey, you're going to have to find ways to stay positive, because you are going to have a lot of time to just sit down and think and do nothing. And for some people, that's really depressing. For me, that's really tough, because even though I've had a few surgeries, it's really tough to just sit there and do nothing. That's not who I am. And, I've figured out a few ways to stay positive throughout this recovery journey. For me, I've decided to learn how to day trade. So that's how I'm going to spend the next couple of weeks while I'm on house arrest, pretty much, learning how to day trade. Also, finding ways to manage stress is going to be very helpful. Instead of looking at this situation in a very negative way, maybe find some small positives in it that will help you stay positive and avoid stress. For example, instead of stressing about you rupturing your Achilles and having to sit on the couch for about 2 months, 3 months, why not think positively and about the fact that you now have a chance to walk again? Because some people do not have a chance to walk again. Some people get their legs cut off, not because of the ruptured Achilles, but because of other injuries. So your injury could always be worse than someone else's. So always be grateful and always think positively, because someone else out there always has it worse than you. With that being said, stay tuned. I'm going to upload another video talking about what my surgery was like, and also talking about the first week all the way up to second week post-surgery and what you can expect, how the pain levels are, and all that. With that being said, if you have any questions, make sure you comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for the upcoming videos. Peace out.